Alright, what is up guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today we are doing a brand new live stream. This is going to be my first stream after the 1.07 update. As you can see, we are going to have a pretty fun time because this game is laggy as hell. Also, I'm going to be playing as JD Vance today. Good to see. Apparently, JD has been in power for 1,518 days, and he has 1,406 days left in power. But let's go ahead and go forward. So the issue of sector growth has actually been fixed. However, it has been only delegated to the domestic industries whenever you subsidize domestically. If you try to subsidize all companies, which includes foreign companies that are not based in the United States or in your country, that will not do anything to your economy, basically. And I'll show you guys a example. Government to be created. Did you see the new update? Yep, we're playing it right now. I'd say my biggest complaint so far is the performance. I've already made note of this in the bug reports that the performance is very, very bad. I mean, it's like to the point where, like, I mean, I zoom out, I mean, like, I can barely look at the map without it, like, trying to die on me. And then especially whenever it tries to autosave, it is horrible whenever it comes to the autosave, because it takes so long for it to save, and it just takes so long for it to progress. Obviously, that will be fixed, because I've seen the performance was terrible at first, whenever the first game first came out, and then in the next update it got better, and then for that update and the update after it was okay. Like, obviously it could have been a little bit better, but in this update it really tanked down again. I don't know necessarily what is causing the issue of performance, but I've already made note of it, and then we should be able to have it fixed on the next update. Uninstall it and then re-download it again afterwards. It's okay. Like, are you talking about the performance, like the lagging issue? And actually, that performance is actually a little bit okay. Another thing that we can see has been fixed, the budget deficit. You know how this would actually go up from, like, so like this would say 5.75 and then this would say like 8.2 or something like that. That should be fixed, so I'm gonna be keeping tabs on it just over time, just to see where it'll go. Meeting request with Justin Trudeau. Secretary of Education, Marco Rubio. Let's see, head of states. No, I want to see the cabinet. I want to see who this guy put in my cabinet. I'm gonna laugh if Donald Trump was put anywhere in here. Now we got Paul Ryan as Secretary of Justice, as the Attorney General. But do you like the UI? It's modern now. I think the UI could do a little bit of work. I think that it should be polished, because the other one from GPS 4, basically, it felt a little bit more... It felt a little bit better to look at. I think in the future, whenever they do consider updating the game, or at least the UI, I do think that that should be a focus. I think that the UI, like this right here, I mean, this can be worked on, like make it look good. I mean, World Warfare and Economics actually has like a constant theme. It just feels like they just looked at this and said, okay, let's make something sort of like GPS 4. Just went on from there. So I think the UI, I don't think the UI is where it needs to be. I think it looks worse than the previous edition, but it can be worked on. I think I like the direction that it's going in, but it needs to be worked on. I wonder if farming now needs fertilizer. Water supply networks. Yeah, that should, I think like all of the farming sectors should need fertilizer. Here's our food industry. So this is going to be carbohydrates, plastics, heating, cereals, dairy, meat. So this is, so food industry is kind of like grocery stores. So I would say like superstores, like Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons. For tax and social exemptions to help sectors experiencing financial difficulties. Sales. We have $99 billion in losses. What companies are affected in this? We have Kraft Heinz, Isolationist. It's the French word for United States, subsidiary of Barillo. This is a Italian company. We have Kraft Heinz. Dream Chaser, no. Apparently tonight there will be a comet visible in the northern hemisphere, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm available as soon as the sun starts to go down to see it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show that this actually works. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a $10 billion subsidy to the entire sector, and then would support and encourage the development of an industry resulting in revenue and jobs. It also would advance research specifically tied to the sector. Subsidies are distributed between sector companies in proportion to their respective revenue. So instead of doing all companies, we will only do it for domestic companies. So effectively, this kind of does force us into a protectionist state, but I am playing as a Republican. We're going to be playing as Mr. J.D. Vance, the vice presidential candidate for the United States presidential election next month. And early voting starts on October 21st in Texas, so I will be voting on day one. Probably as soon as I get off work, it's going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to go to the voting center and vote. So that's... Let's go over there, go over to companies like Kraft Heinz, and their net results just went up from 3% to 8%. So we're going to see what this does to this specific company. So we're going to see 36,020 people. And then so they just got a boost in their revenue. We'll see where that takes them. Sell coal to me. Okay, so actually I like that. So in the previous one, basically what it would be it would make it a little confusing whenever it came to sales and purchasing. So sometimes I would actually sign agreements with people thinking that I was going to be exporting it to them, when in fact it was an import. So this actually is saying this is a trade agreement between the nation Canada for coal to the nation of the United States. So this is a $13.5 billion contract. This is a strategic sector, so that's why I'm getting the sector contract in the first place. Now, what changed, and I'll show you guys in a second. Just making sure y'all can hear me. They're planning coming out on Steam next week. They increase a lot of new companies recently and update. Yeah. Okay, so clause. $68. 462 million. Production capacity, consumption. Negotiate. What?
Sure. I'd be.
Did that even do anything?
Yes.
Okay. Ah. 68. Okay, yeah, let's actually accept that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to report that as a bug. That instead of negotiating it at the table, they are saying, like, it basically just sends it off. So the optimization kind of feels a little bit better for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so let's go over to industry, for example. If I go over to cannons, and I wanted to make a contract for these. So contracts, cannons, new. I'm restricted to okay. Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Okay, so if I go over to contracts and I go to diplomacy, we're gonna go to economy. There's a bug right now where it says contracts and contracts, so it's the same thing except it's just repeated for some reason. So basically, this is now restricted to strategic sectors. So with every other sector, it's going to automatically have contracts being signed between companies. That's how it works out in real life. So basically, in order to fix the growth bug, what they did is that they delegated the economy growth to the companies themselves. Unless you nationalize that sector, then you cannot sign contracts with it. However, if it is a strategic sector, such as energy, such as it looks like that a handful of agricultural sectors are in this, and it actually is listing it now by agriculture and energy. So things like cereals, dairy, food, and rice, those will still be able to be contractual. You will still be able to sign contracts for those sectors, basically. So in order to take control of that sector and to be able to sign contracts for that sector, you will have to nationalize it and bring it under state control. Okay, so let's go ahead and start fixing the economy a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to start signing some tax cuts, as well as increasing some of the taxes. Namely, we're going to increase the carbon tax. I know that's not something that JD Vance would do, but gameplay purposes, yeah. Well, I mean, okay, we'll hold off a little bit. We have a 5% deficit. I think we can mess with the tariffs a little bit, and especially on sectors like vehicles and everything like that, we're going to start doing something like really protectionist, because I mean, JD Vance is a protectionist. And I guess this is just me just spitballing it here. I'm wondering if I should just literally cut Ukraine off from everything, since that's pretty much how JD Vance would do it. We're going to call this the Tax Reform Act of 2025. Oh, I like how they changed this. Looks pretty better. Okay. Real estate. $371 billion, Jesus. Wealth tax, production tax, carbon tax. Ah. Okay, so they finally fixed that. Okay, so what I actually noticed in the changelog was that they finally fixed the bug where if you tried if you added a bill to a reform, and then that bill ended up sinking the approval of the reform, and then you couldn't really fix it. Basically, they fixed it finally to where that doesn't happen anymore. So you can cancel the bill out of the reform, and then it will just cancel the bill itself and not the entire reform. That is exciting. That is exciting because now I can finally focus a little bit more on reforms and not have to worry about losing the entire thing. That is good. That is good. That is good. Seriously? Damn, I can get a lot of money off of taxing internet access. Damn, same thing off of audiovisual. Alright, let's continue. Let's go to immigration. And then as JD Vance, we're going to be a little bit more strict whenever it comes to immigration. And then so we're going to say determine immigration policy. Very selective. Determine integration, strict. And then we're going to call this Immigration and Nationality Act of 2025. This helps to help legal immigrants to return to their country of origin with the end result of helping the development of their own country. So we'll hit that. We'll go to Mexico, hit a long-term visa. We're going to tightly control it with a quota. Hit confirm. This is because all the people that are coming in through Mexico. So regularization consists of granting the status of resident alien to an illegal immigrant, depending on how stringent the country's conditions are. The good knowledge of the language, expedited regularization helps support economic sectors that recruit a lot of illegal immigrants, but at the same time can produce a major inrush of illegal immigrants. Rigid conditions, which includes medium conditions plus personal engagement in societal norms, religious engagement, for example, and final decision by authorities on a case-by-case basis. So let's see if that's something we can pass. Now let's go to naturalization. Rigid conditions, medium, plus final decision. Naturalization is an official act of the state granting citizenship to an immigrant. There is often a ceremony where naturalized citizens take an oath, such as the United States, for example. It is conditional on a minimum number of years of residency in the territory, which varies by country. Being married to a citizen of the country facilitates the process and reduces the length of residence requirement. Sometimes oral written tests are required. In very conservative countries, each request is reviewed very carefully on a case-by-case basis. We'll go ahead and hit that into the reform as well. Integration policy, massive regularization. No, but we will do a deportation operation. Family unification, restricted, highly conditional with greater financial resources required. I'm surprised I'm actually able to get all this passed. I figured some of the Republicans would actually be going against it. Integration, and withdraw from the UN Refugee Convention. We'll see what the reaction to this is, and then we'll once the bill passes, then we're gonna withdraw from the UN Convention on refugees. Uprising in Lexington, Fayette. There was a way I was able to increase my popularity, and I completely forgot how I did it. Come on. Come on, don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash on me. Okay, family. I bought it, so much crashing. Right, how did I make everyone like me? Embarrassment. Digital. How much popularity did I lose? Okay, so about 9% because of the immigration reform. Freedom of teachers. So, how can I do this? Do not buy it onto Telegram. Do not buy it onto Telegram. I'm telling you right now, do not buy it off of that. They have literally admitted to me that they have malware inside of that program on the Telegram one, which is called the Z Edition. They have tracking software that they can remotely lock you out of the game. So, like, if it's up to you whether you want to buy this edition, but what I'm telling you now, do not get it off of them. Yeah, so, like, just like I'm saying, like, do not, under any circumstances, buy Geo-Political Simulator from the Russian website. It's not because they're Russian, it's not because of that, it's because they have literally told me that they have programs inside of that game that will remotely lock you out if you don't subscribe to their beliefs. Yes, just €5. No, don't do it. I'm like, if you want to lose access to your computer because you downloaded a virus, that's on you. I'm telling you right now that that game is illegitimate. Like, they will gain remote access to your computer if you download that game. I don't care how many euros it is. By the way, it's €5 a month. He's charging you monthly, and if you don't pay him, or if you don't subscribe to his beliefs, like, like specifically, if you don't think that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is a good thing, he won't give you access. And if you were to say something positive about Ukraine or the West or something like that, he will lock you out of your account. There is no scenario where you should be downloading that game. Not at all. Yeah, cheap does not equal better. Okay. So I'm going to increase the minimum solidarity allowance just a little bit more, and then we should be able to get up to an approval rating that's satisfactory.
Type of event is absolutely essential for our citizens. Since the dawn of humanity, people have had the need to ease the burdens of everyday life and to be entertained. Someone is messaging me on Steam. Situation improved 6 days after the start. Game got better after the new update. Speaking of, I meant to show you guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. Immigration and Nationality Act just passed, so my approval rating just dropped by 6%. Tactical Monkey, what's up?
Okay, and then so I just got more approval because of the minimum solidarity allowance. So my reaction to that information is that we're going to go back and we're going to increase the minimum solidarity allowance again. And so we're going to increase this to $300. Okay, 250. And 200? No. Okay, this is going to be one of the difficult ones to get everyone to stand behind. So come over here, go to industry. I think actually this was in food service. Food industry. Okay, so production started off with 28.23. Wait, crap. Did I say subsidize? Okay, only for domestic. Turning that down just a tiny bit, just in case y'all couldn't hear me. Okay, so looks like that this has not changed. Our sales went down just a tiny bit, so let's choose a different example then. Cereals. Only for domestic. Let's do $3 billion to the cereals industry. Let's go over to industry, and then let's go to aluminum. We're going to do $3 billion subsidize to aluminum. And then carbon nanofiber, domestic. Do $5 billion here, and then we're going to exonerate it because it is a brand new sector. Wait. Stricter conditions implementation of DNA tests. With the new regulation, which requires more resources, there are significantly fewer applicants. There is an increase in attempted fraud, with wealthy immigrants trying to repatriate minors who are of no relation to them. So we have implemented mandatory DNA tests for these family unifications, and the results are very telling. Jesus. The direction of these new regulations are taking us makes the citizenry seem elitist, even discriminatory. It'll only be available to applicants who are, quote, clean, potentially aligning with the dominant ethnicity, or even aligning politically with the current regime, which represents a shift to authoritarianism in our institutions. Very worrying.
Held and the reforms adopted.
So then cereals should be like after a month, whenever you start to see the changes, I think is what Pericles told me. Wait, hang on. I think something's happening. What did I just see? Something's happening in Israel right now. Latest. Media? Something. Didn't see the new update. What's new? I mean, there's plenty of news. Sorry, I'm getting distracted right now. Okay, I guess not. All I saw was it said massive attack in Israel, and then so I was just like, hang on. Let me see if something's actually going on. Apparently nothing's going on, so just clickbait. Did you nuke Putin yet? Not yet. No, unfortunately, this is going to be where we play as JD Vance, so we're really being strict about immigration, and then we're also going to place economic sanctions on Ukraine, and we're just not going to support Ukraine because of all of the MAGA Republicans, you know. Obviously, JD Vance wants America to be not a leader in the world. So we're not going to be a leader in the world. We're going to be isolationist. Speaking of, let's go ahead and go over to industry. Flat out, right across the board, let's go ahead and hit everyone with a 20% tariff on industry goods. And let's go over to taxation. Let's see how much we're getting off of that. I think it was like 70-something billion. Okay. 15%. Oh, don't tell me that the restrictions came back on don't tell me the restrictions came back on the WTO. Oh no. I'm gonna have to test that. Oh yeah, hang on, yeah. I have to withdraw from NATO, don't I? Well, we just got kicked out of the WTO. Other organizations, leave an organization. We are going to leave NATO. Wait. Oh, okay, I was like, what? Comparative maps, politic, NATO. We are no longer a member of NATO. America first, right? We make the wall on the border with Mexico? Yes. Right after this autosave, we will go ahead and commence the wall building. Ban the Democratic and ecologist parties. I think we have to continue to we just lost 10% in support. Build one on Canada too. Yeah, right. When will you start a new series? I think one more update, after the Steam release, and then I will go ahead and begin a series. Now the question is, are we going to be playing as Ethiopia again, or are we just gonna, kind of like traditional? I mean, we play the United States. Just hopping in to give a shout out to my boy PG. Hell yeah, what's going on, Gade? Will you do the Saudi Arabia series? Should I do a country in this next series, or should I just go straight company? I mean, assuming that the product bug is fixed, I mean, I could do a company, unless you guys are more interested in seeing a country. I mean, Ethiopia could work. I mean, it's pretty diverse whenever it comes to looking at it. Lots of room to develop, lots of highway space, can develop the transportation. I would mostly be focusing on transportation and modernizing its economy, diversifying its economy. Potential invasion of Somalia, kind of like end the conflict there. Speaking of, apparently there's a bug where the trains are like hilariously big. Uh-oh. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. What happened? You'll see this shit. Yeah, I crashed. Good thing it auto-saved. Ay. Probably go on for another 30 minutes or an hour. We'll see. Just give up and go play Minecraft. I am not ready to be a Minecraft YouTuber. Come on. The game's loading right now, so I'm about to bring it back. Alright. Recall soldiers. Who should we withdraw from first? They're going to be withdrawing troops from all of our NATO allies. Bahrain. Yeah, change screen. There you are. Did I miss everything? No. Did I leave NATO yet? Yep. Industry, aluminum. Okay, so production. Okay, so production isn't showing me. I think after like a month or something like that, it should tell me that it's doing it because I saw it go up. I saw it go up one time. So I know it works. It's just like, I promise, guys, I promise, I promise it works. And just in reality, it's just like, you just look crazy, honestly. Oh my god, Europe hates me. Damn, leaving NATO really screws up your relations. That is so funny. Okay, so the pay increase really worked for my approval. Okay. Oh yeah, so in this next update, in this new update, so what they did is that they also did add new service companies to the game. So that way you can see them. So the new sectors that we have are going to be finance, holdings, insurance, retail. Retail I've been asking for freaking years. But unfortunately there is a little bug, and by little I'm saying obvious bug. As you can see right here, production was 13.6% of the global production, and consumption was 32%, and then now we have 0. So all of the other sectors are working the way they should, but you go over to any of these that aren't necessarily interactable, but they're not necessarily interactable, but like they're new, they are not working properly. Sector info, void. I think finance should have services being attached to it. I think all of these are literally just service companies. Services. How many people do we hire in services? 18 million. 12% of the population, 0%, 0 income tax. Companies. Right now, let's go over to the border and construction of a land border. Let's go to Mexico. Let's build this wall. 20 months. Let's get it done in 7 months. Go ahead and confirm that. Very expensive, obviously. Ooh, a bomb attack at Harrisburg. Speaker of the House has finally been upgraded. Oh, they changed his party affiliation too. Good. Good. Because he was a Democrat for some reason, because Nancy Pelosi has been the Democrat for the entire time. The head of state embodies the spirit of hunting and a dedication to the traditions that have forged our wonderful nation. Ah, how beautiful. Trending. Should not provoke the anger of the higher powers, who I am the sword on this earth. Who the hell are you? I like how her last name is Donuts. 22 years old. Students Union's leader. Let's go ahead and put him under investigation. Is this game actually playable, or is it still pretty buggy? It is playable. I'd say it's playable. Just be prepared for the bugs. It's gonna be bugs. If you're gonna play it, go into the Discord server and report whatever you see, you know? Work has already begun. I can assure you that this is a good initiative by building on this border because a large portion of illegal immigrants cross into this country pass this way. Moreover, the size and length of the wall, when it's finally built, will really hinder illegal immigrants who want to cross the border. Look at this. Prisoners, we have CEOs and Mills. What did you do? Youth and sports attaché. What did you do? So CEO apparently did something illegal. So I think with the company mode, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more CEOs popping into this thing for doing some like money laundering or illegal stuff. Greece, Iceland. Revoke the sharing of satellites with Ukraine. Shit. No. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And there we go. 1 hour and 16 minutes. Let's go ahead and try this one more time. And, let's try this one more time. Is the game actually playable, or is it still very buggy? and I go through a crash. Alright, if I crash one more time, then yeah, we'll just call it quits. Because I need to edit a video anyway. So that'll give me some time. All right. You notice how long it takes for this thing to load? Yeah. I think that's like one of the worst things about it. Okay, so see, the optimization is kind of like getting a little bit better, but especially whenever you try to zoom in, like that's where it kind of gets a little trashy. Okay, so military operations, give weapons recall. So we're going to withdraw from all European countries. Germany, recall, Greece, Iceland, Italy, Kosovo, all right, and so we're going to remain in South Korea and Japan. And as well as Kuwait, Qatar, all that. Civil servant, let's go back, give them that pay raise. Me withdrawing from Bosnia and Herzegovina, how much are you gonna bet the exact reaction that someone like JD Vance would have? The exact reaction that JD Vance would have would be like, what even is that country? No one's ever heard of that country. Why are we even there? Just completely disregards any type of history. It is like genuinely like insane that someone like JD Vance exists. No wonder I haven't heard of Herzegovina either. Oh yeah, so what I actually noticed in the regular version of the game, whenever you're playing in realistic mode, you can actually have this. So you have the advice from the Archibald Rainwater guy. So you can filter this now through all of the topics, and you can get straight information from the professor, and he will talk pretty much about anything. So, elevated purchasing power, youth in distress, air pollution, poverty level, record poverty level, weak growth, weak army, sanitation, military defeat, dangerous roads, illiteracy. Usually these things won't come up and unless there's like a specific thing that would trigger it. So that is really, really nice, because then whenever you're trying to play this game and you're not understanding certain things, then you can kind of look at it and you can go up here, you can click it, and then you can just go through and say, okay, I want to learn more about businesses. And then it leads you to weak growth, very high unemployment rate and overtaxed businesses. Or if you're having trouble with family matters or economic growth, same thing. Or immigration, tells you about immigration, kidnapping, police, some of these civil unrest situations, roads blocked, taxation, some economic policies that you can implement right here. And he is not really telling you about the laws, but he's kind of like just doing the little, like, summarized overview of the situation. So, industry, aluminum. Okay, so aluminum is staying the same. Exoneration. I don't think I exonerated. Farming, carbohydrates, cereals, production. Cereals is the same. Food industry, it's been subsidized longer. Stationary. So it looks like there's still more work to do whenever it comes to the economy. At least I know there, like, I don't know. I need to do more testing here, but I know for a fact that some of it has been fixed. Because it looks like instead of going straight down to like 0.1% growth, there is a little bit of growth happening. The economy is growing. So farming, let's look. Losses are the same, sales are the same, trade balance is going down. 55 million people are employed in oh no, most of that is food industry, I think. No? My god, where the hell is everyone employed? It'd be really funny if everyone... There are 3 million people. Wait, 1,000. Okay. Colza, dairy products. Manpower, 1 million people are working in the dairy industry. Sales. Dow Jones is actually going up, so there is some sort of, like, growth happening. That means that something is growing. It's just that I'm not able to pinpoint down what is growing. I was hoping food industry was going to do something. Well, their stock price is going up after the subsidies. Their net results haven't changed, so that means that they're not doing anything. When will this be on Steam? Next week. I believe next week, within the next 2 weeks. Whoa. How the hell am I? Whoa, 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 whoa. How the hell did I get a surplus when I'm running a 5.48% deficit? I mean, I'll gladly take this, but like, what? Who's the highest interest right now? Oh yeah, I have the ability to deport people now. Exceptional operation for the mass deportation of illegal immigrants. A country with a high immigration rate can employ expeditious means to fight against the flow of illegal immigrants. A mass deportation is one of the most radical and effective solutions, but it can leave a lot to be desired on a humanitarian level. But I like to blame all of my problems on immigrants, so that is where we're gonna go. By the way, if I'm saying all this stuff, like, but obviously that is not my beliefs. I'm pretty much making fun of the MAGA right and JD Vance in particular. So I don't want someone walking in on this live stream and go like, yeah, I like to blame my problems on immigrants. And they're like, whoa, what? Inflation seems to be stationary, so unfortunately that means that inflation is still bugged. That pretty much what happened with the economy is everyone kind of like, and this is like what I'm seeing in terms of like the reaction to this new system. So pretty much everyone was just like, oh, they wanted to work on a company mode and they spent more time working on a company mode than they did on the actual game. So the company mode is the game. The company mode is the economy. The intention behind it was basically to make it a little more convoluted whenever it came to managing the economy, so that instead of you just having these 2D sectors, there was more depth in the sector itself. In real life, we have companies that manage these sectors, so that instead of looking at the aluminum industry, you would have an aluminum company that would be managing that sector. So what I've heard from Pericles, basically his thought, or the thought process was because, wait, hang on. A heavy fine. Stay calm for a moment, the CEO is out. Haha. Yeah, basically it was like they wanted to make, oh my god, what are all these CEOs doing? Monthly salary $0. But yeah, like it's just a matter of like just knowing like what is going on. So like, in my opinion, I like the direction that they went with the economy. At the same time, I understand that like we could have done better with the map. We could have done better with communication, obviously. But I think Eversim was finally starting to realize that not talking to people, not having some sort of community outreach was just not going to get them anywhere in terms of a continued player base. Because I was pretty much on my last legs too until this game came out. Like, I didn't like that there was no... God, Spain really hates me. I didn't really like that there was no communication with this game coming out. I didn't like that it was kind of like held under wraps, and especially for me, like, I mean, I've been covering this game for years and years and years, and like I really wanted to like collaborate with them on some sort of like plan to announce this game, and they didn't even tell me for the entire time until they were ready to announce it. So, dude, not that I feel slighted, but it's kind of like, come on. Like, I don't necessarily know why they think that it's better to keep things, like, I guess, more secretive. But it's their company. Trade balance is going down. Well, up. Sales are stationary. Profits are stationary. Well, losses are stationary. Employment is stationary. I don't know how the hell there are 55 million people in this sector. There is no possible way that there are 55 million people here. 36% of the US population is employed in the agricultural sector. No. It's more like under 5%. Active population in agriculture. Active population in second. There's no way. Alright, I'm gonna tell him that. I don't know why that is a thing right now. That is so funny. The energy bug is yet to be fixed. The decree takes effect as of today. All right, let's see how many people we got deported. 11.7 to about just over 400,000 or 500,000 people. $582,000 people have been included in the decree. So, went around and deported nearly 600,000 people. And I think if you do that over time, you can end up, like, deporting most people. And I guess the immigration system needs to be reported as well, because I would expect that the immigration rate would drop because of my more strict protocols whenever it comes to illegal immigration. Yeah. Illegal immigrants is stationary, so that means that no one is so immigration is pretty much dead. No one is moving. No one's coming, no one's going. Student origin. Illegal immigrants, 4.3 million. Immigrants in the country, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and make a report of that in the Discord server. Is this a mod? No, this is the actual game. This is Geo-Political Simulator 5. $200,000 troops are now deployed overseas. Most of them are in Asia. So crime works. Drug addiction. Do we still have health? Health. Yeah, we still have this. Population 340. Is population growth kind of dead? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. GDP per capita is dead. Human development is dead. Well, no, actually, no. Human development is okay. Urbanization is okay. Child mortality is dead. Conception is dead. Well, conception kind of like remains stationary unless you change one of the contraception laws. Fertility and birth rate are dead. Density is dead. Population growth is dead. And population is dead. Hispanic and black. Okay. 1 hour and 43. I guess I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We're going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to report those bugs, and then I need to get a World Warfare and Economics video out today. So I'm going to call it, because that video might take me a minute. Man, this thing always takes forever. That's the other thing that really kind of like gets me about this one. Okay. All right. So deficits. Does that make the same? Okay. So that is fixed. I really like that. I really like these little options up at the top, so you can see your GDP, your unemployment, and your budget deficit. I think it should be customizable with an additional 2, so that way I can see my budget deficit, my GDP, my unemployment, and then 2 customizable ones maybe. That way, or maybe all of them can be customizable, so I can see like military statistics, like my troop levels, or like spending in a certain sector, the GDP of a certain sector, or like my Dow Jones Industrial Average. Trade balance. Trade balance has changed. Exports have dropped by about 3 trillion. And my imports have dropped. So my exports and my imports are plummeting right now. Don't know why. Apparently pharmaceuticals is my top company, so let's go over and look. Pharmaceuticals, we make 46% of the world's pharmaceuticals. How many people? 5 million pharmaceuticals. We have Johnson & Johnson, WBA, VPI. All right. Okay. All right, guys, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it to the channel. If you guys want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are nearly 400 subscribers away from the amazing 10,000 mark, so I'm very excited to hit that. And if you guys want, go ahead and support the channel. We have super thanks. We have becoming a member. Most of the time, I really suggest becoming a member of the channel. And later today, I will be posting another World Warfare and Economics video, so look forward to that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.